If you took a look at our B-body speedometer refacing, we actually went into detail in terms of how to take the odometer assembly out of the speedometer. It's absolutely no different on the E-body. For this particular part, we'll assume that you've now removed the clip and pulled the odometer out of the speedometer, and what we're going to do now is we're going to use our relettering kit. If you take a look, Brian has taken 2 strips of tape. Brian, if you want to show it. And they're basically applied 180 degrees apart. And when we roll the tapes onto the odometer wheel, you make sure that one of the tape is holding all of those number segments in place at all time, because you don't want the numbers to rotate with respect to each other. Now, if you take a look at this, this has been number set back to 0 simply because we've actually overhauled this odometer drum, and because it was sticking. In your case, if yours is good, then simply go ahead and apply the tapes. And one word of caution, don't try to change your mileage by changing the tape positions on the numbers. The 0 tape has to go over top of the 0 part of the odometer. Numbering, simply because if you don't, you'll then find that the odometer might roll over when it's between a number 4 and a number 5 instead of rolling over between the 9 and the 0, and that'll look awful strange and won't work properly. Okay, so Brian's going to start here, and he's already weeded that decal, and in this case we're not going to have to apply any tenths because the tenths is taken care of in terms of the trip. So he pulls the segment off. You can either put a little tiny backing handle on it if you so wish, or if you're comfortable and you have kind of smooth hands, you can just kind of, I'm going to zoom in here now, line it up right over top of the existing number, and now just spread the tape down, following the wheel exactly. Now we're going to lift this piece of green tape to provide clearance for putting the Odo tape through, and the other green tape is already holding the segments all in alignment. Once he passes the green tape, Brian will put the green tape back down. He will lift the next section of green tape. So now the previous green tape's holding everything together, and then he's just going to roll the tape to the final position. Make sure, and again, if you just get the position off, you can pick it up and put it back down again. Alrighty, so he's just going to repeat that. We'll do one more to show you, and he's just going to repeat that for the whole odometer, and then we'll put it in. Alright, so let's do one more tape there, Brian. I'll zoom out a bit this time. So again, he's going to pick up tape. He's going to leave the number 1 exposed. He's going to find the number 1 on the next segment wheel. He's going to put it down, and when he puts this down, he's going to try to make the starting of the tape line up with the starting of the previous tape. And it's really important you do that so that you get all the numbers nice and straight in alignment. And you can see there, if you don't get it on just to your satisfaction, you just peel it back up. And you just keep repeating that until you're happy.
It's hard to see without being in the way of the camera.
That's alright. There we go. Alright, I'll zoom back out so give Brian a little bit more working room here. And again, he just proceeds to roll the tape down until he's happy with it. The green tape down to lock the segment wheels back into position. Goes to the next part of the odometer wheel. Puts them down so they meet in a line properly. And we'll come back in a minute when he has the rest of the odometer done, because it's just more of the same.